Hello, it is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. And today we're going to be talking about podcasting and foreign languages. Now, you know, a lot of the kids have been learning other languages in school. They have the Chinese immersion classes, Spanish classes, but have you ever thought about taking a foreign language, or can you teach a foreign language? Now that we have so much time at home, this is a great time for you to create a podcast and teaching others a foreign language. Whether you're good in Spanish, French, whatever, I'm not Chinese, whatever. Yes, if you have a gift of being bilingual, multilingual, and you want to share that gift with others, creating a podcast on foreign language is a great way to do. Now, remember, listening to podcasts, this is what people are doing. Over 75% of all Americans are listening to podcasts now almost on a daily basis. So for you to create a tutorial podcast on a foreign language is not only helping you share your knowledge, but it's helping others with their training, learning something, creating something, breaking up the day. And also it can also help the kids that are no longer in classes and they were taking foreign languages. So this is a great opportunity, especially since podcasting is auditory. We're listening, we're putting those podcasts, those headphones on our ears, and we're listening with intent. So again, this is a great thing. A podcast is a great medium for you to share your knowledge. There are so many podcasts out there. If you want to take a listen, just Google foreign language podcast. But again, you don't have to create a podcast that's like the others. Create one that's going to be significant, it's going to be specific to your talents and or your skills. This is a passive way people are creating content. They're consuming this content on a regular basis. So this is great. So why do you want to start, or why would you even want to listen to a podcast in a foreign language? Let me tell you. One thing it improves your listening skills. You're not going anywhere. You might as well sit down, pop in those earbuds, and take a listen. Learn a new language. You know what? Taking notes, taking time, slowing down is a great way to do while we're going through this pandemic. Learning new vocabulary, learning new words. Learning new words that you can share with others and have a conversation with others. Say, for example, you have family in another country and you want to communicate with them. This is a great way in which to share what's going on and then sharing that content with others on a podcast. And it also improves cultural knowledge. Now you're sharing your culture with others. So foreign language podcasts are probably going to be very popular. And if you want to learn another language, here's some tips on ways to use a podcast for effective learning. I found this online. Listen to each podcast episode several times. Don't try to binge, just listen to that episode. Pick up the words, pick up the way the words are being pronounced, the intonations, the inflections. Listen to it several times and then go on to the next one. Study the specialized vocabulary. If the podcaster is giving you vocabulary words, practice that. I kind of remember when I was in high school, long time ago, we learned Spanish and we had to learn nouns and verbs and things like that. So make sure you're taking notes. Read the comments and try to make your own comments in that language to get more fluent with your language learning skills, and use that podcast as an icebreaker. If you've always wanted to communicate with a family member or a friend in their native tongue, this is a great way in which to do so. So learning a language, podcasting is great. So this is a good time for you to start a podcast if you are fluent in another language, multilingual, or if you want to learn another language. I know there's programs out there that helps you, but this podcasting is great because it's almost like you're having that conversation, you're connecting with that one person, and you can listen and learn. And if you're creating podcasts, make sure that you're leaving in the show notes what it is that you're going to be covering, so that the person that's listening to your subscribers, they're able to follow along on each episode. So again, find your target audience. Who are you trying to teach? If you want to create a foreign language podcast for kids, know that that level is going to be less than that of an adult. If you want to teach a foreign language for beginners, remember, start in basic. If you want to help someone become more fluent in their current language, then of course, so choose your niche. That's what you want to do, and that'll help you build your content as well. Come up with a catchy title for your podcast. Think about it. Whatever language that you're teaching, whatever language that you want others to know about, create a catchy title for it. So when people are Googling, they'll, you grab their attention with that title. Also, your image. Remember, your images are very important. I was like, oh my God, what, people are looking at images, and it's so funny because I actually had an opportunity to meet with a client this morning virtually, and she showed me the artwork that she created for her podcast, and it's amazing. I can't wait for you to see her new podcast or hear her new podcast and see her artwork. She's going to be coming out in April. It's going to be a great, I can't give away any secrets, but I can't wait for her to produce and start publishing her podcast. If you don't have a mic, again, I have the mic that I just bought from Amazon, and they're still delivering, so you can order, but your mic on your phone is good. But just make sure you're staying in a room, in an area that is not noisy, with not a lot of distractions. Again, you can go into a walk-in closet because of the clothes that are hanging there. They help as well. You can create a tent, put the blanket over top of some chairs, get up underneath that, be in a room, close off the room. But you want to make sure that, especially when you're teaching and or listening to a foreign language podcast, that you're hearing it clearly so that you can get that, information, that you can share that information. So always record in a quiet place. I'm not sure where you are in your house, if the kids are around, but if you can get up early or stay up later, then do it when it's really quiet. You can edit your podcast. There are some free apps out there. One is GarageBand or Audacity. So you can edit so that if you're making a mistake or you want to add something into your podcast, you can edit it once you upload that MP3 to that. Choose your hosting. Again, I'm always going to promote Anchor FM because it's free. It's a great place to start. But if you want to go further, again, EC Life Radio, I'm going to promote them as well. But you can always check out them as with Elite Conversations Life Radio. So that's another one. And choose when you want to start promoting your podcast. Again, some people love doing it on the weekend. Some people love doing it, midweek, early morning, whatever the case may be. But again, I just wanted to pop in and say, podcasts are great for learning languages. They're great for promoting your products and services, which we talked about last week. It's great for connecting, pastors to parishioners, which is great. It's good for authors. It's good for everyone to help, especially as we're trying to connect and stay connected. And now, everything is global. So try to, think about what it is that you're good at, because a podcast is a great way to share your vision, share your voice, because you can literally change someone's life. So let's talk about a few things before we leave. Again, remember the podcasting, this is just a sample, but this is the podcasting, your purpose workbook. And we talked about the 7 reasons why you should start a podcast. And I wanted to, again, tell you why you should start the power of podcasting. Podcasts are free and they're easy to create. And it's a great way to build onto your brand or create a brand. So again, if you're an educator, if you're an instructor, this is great time. The kids are home, parents are home. You can make this as a family. Talked about family podcasting, but creating a foreign language podcast can be great for the entire family. Everyone can sit around, learn a new language, then they can converse with one another. They can make a fun podcast themselves once they learn everything that they need to learn, or just have fun with the podcast. Podcasting, again, it is pull marketing, not push marketing, because people are choosing to pull down that information. When they pop those earbuds into their ears, they're choosing to pull down that information. And the open rate is 100%. Unlike a newsletter or an email. Again, people are pulling down that information. They're having that intimate relationship with you. When they're pulling down that information, they're sticking those earbuds in their ears, they're putting their headphones on their head, and they are having that intimate relationship, because the largest sexual organ that we have in the human body is our brain, and right here between our ears. So that's great. You don't have to, get dressed up. You don't have to put on makeup. You don't have to do your hair. It's audio. It's learning. And some people prefer to learn by auditory, and that is good. That is a great thing to do for the kids as well. Speak your passion. Share your vision. Market or create a membership site. You have a product to serve or sell. Repurpose your blog or your vlog content. Building trust. You're bonding and becoming likable. You're becoming the subject matter expert. And like I always say, you are literally changing someone's life. So once you start thinking about podcasting, name your show and know your audience. Who is it that you're trying to reach? If you're building a foreign language podcast, who are you trying to educate? Are you trying to educate young adults? Are you trying to educate children? Are you trying to educate older people? So build your show around your audience. Your audience. You can't have an audience of everyone. If you say, when someone says who you're trying to reach, and if you say everyone, that's setting yourself up for failure. So you want to choose your audience wherever they are, whatever they're doing. That's going to help you with promotion, because if you're going to be promoting to boomers and beyond, you're going to be doing that on Facebook. If you're going to be promoting to the younger generation, perhaps Snapchat, that's where you're going to go. Twitter, everyone is there. So that's going to determine where you're going to do your promotion. Get your podcast name, podcast title, and your mission and your message. What are you going to be doing? Is this going to be basic classes? Is it going to be intermediate classes or advanced classes? You can create a podcast in all those. It all depends on your level of expertise. Create that content. What episode 1, you're going to talk about this. Episode 2, you're going to teach that. Episode 3, just build it so that people know which episode that they may have missed, they want to go back. So let people know that. And again, brainstorm those topics. Ask people what they want to learn. Ask them what they want, what's going to help them. But again, podcasts are great, and even better because it is a time that we're together connecting. So if you have skills in a foreign language, and you want to share that skills with others, again, not only with your family and your friends, but your legacy. You're leaving a lasting legacy. So today, if you want to start that podcast, do it. Download the Anchor FM app onto your Android or your iOS phone. Create an account. Title, practice. Remember, practice makes progress. You're not going to always love your voice, but you'll get used to it, just like everyone else. And share information. That's what this is all about. Sharing is caring. So, until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social from a distance, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, a.k.a. the Delaware Blogger. Have a beautifully blessed day. Bye-bye.